Assalamu alaikum, students. Today we are going to start our next page of Waiting for Godot, one of the renowned plays related to absurd theater written by Samuel Beckett. Estragon and Vladimir have been conversation with each other, and it is still continued. Estragon says, and if he doesn't come, a question. As we know that both of them are questioning as well as answering. So there is question answer structure used by Beckett. If you see, and if he doesn't come, Estragon immediately considers failure or absence, negativity. Instead of focusing on waiting itself, he focuses on the possibility that the expected arrival may never happen. He is not positively thinking, rather, he is thinking negatively. What he should do, he should anticipate that Godot will come, but he is asking a negative question. His anticipation is negative that he may not come. So it creates negativity. It creates doubt. Vladimir answers, will come back tomorrow. A very simple answer. And no frustration by Vladimir. He shows hopefulness. His answer is practical. The way he answers is very calm. Instead of solving the problem, he postpones it to in the future. So he says that, okay, tomorrow we'll see. Tomorrow will come back if he doesn't come today. But it is not the direct answer to the question, and if he doesn't come. It's basically not immediate resolution. Rather, it is resolution in future. Estragon says, and then the day after tomorrow, he adds to the answer. Vladimir's answer, when he says, we'll come back tomorrow, so he extends it. He extends the concept of waiting, that, okay, we'll wait more and more and more. He extends Vladimir's idea further. And see, the repetition of future days suggests continuation without clear ending. Again, cyclic action. Wait, they are waiting, and their wait is in cyclic mode. Daily, they are repeating the same thing, but they are not getting the result. Vladimir says, one word answer, possibly. This word shows uncertainty. He's not sure. He's not definite. He does not fully confirm the plan, what they are going to do in future. Estragon, again, a short answer, and so on. Estragon completes the pattern himself. The phrase suggests endless repetition without conclusion, that they have to wait every day and they don't get the result. The reason why they are waiting, that does not fulfill. Godot does not come. Vladimir, the point is, then he stops. He attempts to redirect or control the discussion. However, his sentence is incomplete. He leaves the sentence unfinished. And it's not for the first time. He does this. He has done many times. It shows that he is unable to figure out what he has to say in his mind. Estragon says, until he comes. Estragon interrupts and completes the idea himself. It is a habit of Estragon that he interrupts. This time, He has interrupted, but he has completed the idea by himself. This creates a sense of continuation without a limit, a limitless continuity we are talking about. Vladimir says, "You're merciless." Vladimir reacts emotionally to Estragon's insistence. His statement suggests discomfort with pushing the idea to its logical end. Estragon then says, we came here yesterday. He's talking about past now. He shifts suddenly from the future to the past. They were talking about future, but now he is talking about past. Sudden, abrupt change. So here comes the memory. Memory as a new issue. It is an issue, and you will observe it later too. Vladimir, no, there you are mistaken. Vladimir immediately rejects the statement. He does not agree to that. The quick contradiction, he contradicts what Estragon says. So that quick contradiction is creating uncertainty about memory. It is creating doubt. Can you trust memory or not? It is trustworthy or not? Estragon says, what did we do yesterday? A question. He wants to confirm. Estragon asks for confirmation through recollection. He is recollecting ideas about past. And the question shows that he himself is not certain about past actions, what they did even in near past. Yesterday is not far away. It's 24 hours back, but still he is in doubt. So he's creating doubt about past actions, about the memories related to past. Vladimir says, what did we do yesterday? He repeats the question. He does not answer to that. Instead, he repeats the same question, the question that Estragon asks. So by doing this, he's delaying clarification and reflecting uncertainty, reflecting doubt. That he himself is not certain what they did yesterday. Estragon, one word answer, yes. Estragon is insisting on receiving an answer. He's seeking an answer that Vladimir should answer him, whereas Vladimir is repeating the question. So this short response is basically keeping pressure on the conversation, that it is your responsibility to answer the question. What he is asking, Vladimir is supposed to answer it. He's not supposed to doubt it. He's supposed to make the clarity, to clear the idea. Vladimir says, why? And angrily, nothing is certain when you're about. Vladimir begins hesitantly. He's in anger. He becomes irritated. He looks frustrated. Instead of giving a clear answer, what he does, he blames Estragon for creating confusion and uncertainty. It is the habit of Vladimir that sometimes he generalizes the idea, or sometimes he shifts the whole responsibility on the shoulders of Estragon. Estragon says, in my opinion, we were here. He is showing his own, he is giving his own opinion, personal opinion. He's presenting his memory. But when he says, in my opinion, it is me, it means that it is not a fact. It is his memory. It is he who thinks that we were here yesterday, because the phrase, in my opinion, is used. It weakens certainty. It makes the statement uncertain, creates doubt again, keeps the doubt alive. Vladimir, looking around, yes, you recognize the place? Question. Vladimir is testing Estragon's claim by asking for recognition of the surroundings. Do you recognize this place? Do you know, are you sure that we were here before that? before today? Astajan said, I didn't say that. So again, he goes back. He does not withstand with his stance. He withdraws from certainty. He separates his belief from actual recognition. He's not sure. He says, I'm not sure. I didn't say that I'm sure that we came here before. Vladimir, well, question, a short prompt demanding continuation or explanation. So he's asking that now you should explain. So if you are not sure, then why are you saying this, that we were here yesterday? Stajin says that makes no difference. He dismisses the importance of recognition, that if we recognize this place, so what the use it will have? Will it be beneficial for us? Will Godot come here? Will our wait finish? He says, if we recognize it, it is not important. So what he does, he avoids resolution. He avoids conclusion. He avoids ending the conversation. Vladimir says, all the same, then pauses, ellipses, that tree, then pauses, that bog, then pauses. Vladimir is pointing toward physical surroundings as evidence. He's considering the things around them, and he thinks that these are the evidence. The unfinished phrasing suggests uncertainty, still uncertainty. When you find ellipses here, dots here, it is showing uncertainty. It's again showing doubt. The whole conversation is based on doubt. It is creating doubt, even while he's trying to prove the point, but still he is not certain. Both of them are not certain. A surgeon says, you sure it was the evening? Now another question. He shifts his doubt again. Now he's questioning time instead of place. Before that, they were talking about place. They were not sure about place, but now he has opened a new door. He has created more uncertainty, more doubt. He says, okay, if you're talking about place, so I'm also not sure about the time, whether it was evening or not. Was it morning? Vladimir, one word, WH interrogative again, their favorite. What? The repeated request for clarification shows difficulty following the changing direction of conversation. The conversation changes, its direction changes. Astrajan says that we were to wait. Astrajan clarifies the subject again that there were instructions that we had to wait. Its focus is on instructions now, that they were to wait means that they were supposed to wait. They were instructed to wait. Who instructed them? We don't know. Again, a doubt, again, uncertainty, no clarity at all. Everything is vague. Everything is limited. Everything is incomplete. Vladimir says, he said Saturday. Pause, I think. Now he gives an answer. Vladimir is giving an answer, but he takes a pause before saying, I think. Again, it weakens certainty. These pauses are very important. They play a vital role in creating an impact. They show uncertainty. They show no clear memory, no clear answer, no clarity in the mind. What begins as confidence ends in doubt. They start with confidence, but they end with doubt. Astrajan says, you think. Astrajan repeats the uncertain phrase, emphasizing its weakness. Still doubt prevails. Vladimir says, I must have made a note of it. Vladimir is trying to support his memory through external evidence rather than certainty in recollection itself. He is unable to recollect it. Rather, is saying that I had to take notes. I had to write it down so that we could remember it. We could find what what we were supposed to do. He fumbles in his pockets, bursting with miscellaneous rubbish. Now, a sudden action, certain action, small action. The physical action is reflecting disorder and confusion. The way they are conversating, the way they are communicating, it is leading towards doubt, it's creating doubt. So the action is also doing the same. His action is also creating doubt, is also creating uncertainty. It's not creating clarity. The miscellaneous rubbish suggests lack of organization, disorder, no order at all. And it also shows difficulty finding reliable proof. They're unable to find a proof. Now, let us quickly move towards themes. The play is full of themes. Central theme in this page, in the line, you can guess it. It is uncertainty. It is doubt. It is shown through repeated questioning about time, about place, and about memory. Ashrajan asked, and if he does not come, then we come here yesterday, and later you are sure it was the evening. All these questions continually weakening certainty. They are creating doubt. What they say, they create doubt in their statement. That is the problem. That is the theme. That people, whenever what they say, what they claim, then they retreat. They don't claim that it is true. They create doubt. Another important theme is endless repetition and continuation. Astrajan is extending the waiting process step by step. You can find words and phrases like tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and finally, and so on. These three phrases you should remember. This creates the sense of an ongoing cycle without conclusion. They are waiting in cycles. Their wait is not finishing. There's also a theme of inability to reach resolution. Questions lead only to more uncertainty, more doubt, more vagueness. For example, when Vladimir asks, "You recognize the place?" Astrajan responds, "I didn't say that." The discussion moves without arriving at certainty, without concluding it. Another theme is dependence on uncertain evidence. Vladimir is trying to rely on memory and notes, saying, "I must have made a note of it," but the stage direction showing him fumbling through miscellaneous rubbish. It weakens confidence in this evidence. We don't trust it. Finally, the last theme is theme of frustration within interaction. This theme appears in Vladimir's irritated statement. Nothing is certain when you're about. The conversation is creating tension rather than understanding. The main purpose of communication is always creating understanding. But here, they are creating tension, they are creating doubt, they are creating confusion. Now, let's talk about techniques. I'll also give certain examples from the text. See, he's using repetition. Beckett is using repetition to create circular movement in the dialogue. Astrajan's response or Astrajan's sequence, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and so on, that all this extends the idea endlessly. Beckett is also using unfinished speech that is shown in Vladimir's line. The point is, then sentence finishes without being completed. And later, all the same, then pauses, that tree, pause, that bog, pause. These incomplete statements are reflecting interrupted thought and uncertainty. His thought is not uh, is not following the continuity. It is uncertain. It is interrupted. It is distorted. It is in fragments. Another important technique that he has used is question and answer structure. It has been found almost throughout the play, where nearly every statement leads to another question. One question is leading towards another. Examples like, what did we do yesterday? And you recognize the place. However, the answers rarely clarify anything. They don't clarify, rather, they create confusion. They strengthen the confusion. Beckett is also using echoed repetition. When Vladimir repeats Estragen's question, what did we do yesterday? Instead of answering directly, the repetition delays meaning. There's also use of pause as a technique. When we find a sentence, he said Saturday, then pause, I think. The pause is changing the tone from certainty to hesitation. Whenever pause comes, you must know that it is leading towards hesitation. It is leading toward distortion. The technique of contrast between confidence and doubt is also it also appears again and again. Vladimir initially sounds certain with, he said yesterday, but immediately he weakens it with, I think. So in their communication, you find clarity in doubt. They are creating doubt. Beckett further employs physical action as meaning. At the end, we find an action, especially in the stage direction where Vladimir fumbles through pockets, bursting with miscellaneous rubbish. The action visually represents disorder and confusion. His action is also confusion. His action is also a disorder. Finally, interruption shapes the dialogue. Estragen interrupts Vladimir's unfinished statement with until he comes, and he prevents completion of thought. He does not let the thought completed. Now, critically, let me analyze it critically. If you see this whole page, conversation moves in circles rather than toward resolution. No start, no end. The discussion begins with the possibility that Godot may not come today, but instead of solving the problem, both of them are extending, waiting endlessly into the future. They are claiming to be waiting and waiting and waiting. The dialogue shifts toward uncertainty about the past, especially whether they were there yesterday. Neither character, none of them can establish reliable memory. We cannot trust their memory. Even they are not trusting their memory. And even attempts at proof remain weak. Vladimir is repeatedly trying, he's trying again and again to maintain certainty. However, his own words, his own communication, his own speech becomes hesitant and incomplete, creating doubt. Estragen's questions continuously repeat doubt. They create and create and dig and dig and dig, and what comes out, that is doubt. He shifts focus from future to past, and there again he creates doubt. We feel that okay, there he is certain about something, but at the end he creates doubt about the past even. Then from place to time, first he raises question about the place, then he raises question about the time. He creates doubt about place as well as about time. The structure of the conversation prevents stability because every attempt and clarification produces further uncertainty, further doubt. And even if you observe, you feel even physical evidence such as Vladimir's notes is surrounded by disorder. As a result, we see that the whole page remains unresolved from beginning to end. In the whole page, we see that they are trying to create doubt. They are not trying to uh, bring some kind of resolution or end. So we can conclude that this passage develops uncertainty through repeated questioning, weak memory, and unfinished thought. Three things you should remember. The dialogue moves in circles with neither the future nor the past becoming clear. Both are unclear, future as well as past. Through repetition, interruption, and hesitation. Three things: repetition, interruption, and hesitation. All these three things are used here, and we see that with the help of these three, the exchange remains unresolved within these lines. We don't come to an end. We don't resolve anything. We don't come to conclusion. I hope you have understood it. Please, please, please listen to it very carefully, make notes properly, and do your work with honesty. Right now, till now, you are not doing that. I hope you'll follow my instructions. Thank you for watching.